It's wild how media works. Isn't it?
Yep.
I'm seeing channels I've never seen before. I'm seeing people react. I'm seeing people who don't do reaction videos doing reaction videos. I don't know, babe. My God. Last night was interesting. Food poisoning. You know, while everyone is busy doing their big ones, everybody is busy saying all the things that they say. I think people tend to forget I'm not a human, like I'm a human being. You know what I mean? That like they got me in the she's not human category. You know, because of the enemies that I have, nothing is normal. Nothing is simple. Nothing is easy. I wish people knew that every time God gives me one of these moments to do his work and it shocks the world or whatever, the hell that I go through for it in my private life, you know? If people knew the sacrifice, like the real sacrifice, babe, of being this, being what I am, being an instrument, being a vessel of God, and letting God use you to do his work and to do his will. Yes. Can't eat out at restaurants, which is why I prefer to cook. You know, try to support, try to care. Babe, I feel like shit. Like, but when you do stuff like specifically tell people you have allergies to things and they intentionally give them to you anyway, like you wanna know, it's just, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. Like, what an imposition. What an imposition. I'm allergic to pork. If I have too much of it in my system, it kills me. It takes me down. I'm going through all kinds of weird shit. I made it very clear. Don't put no pork on my plate. Didn't we make that clear, babe?
None.
And yet, the salad, apparently, they took all of the pork bacon and hid it at the bottom of the salad, though. Why? Why? That's what the fuck I get for going to block of those. I guess. I don't know. It's just weird. Because we specifically said no pork products at all. Anything made with pork we cannot eat. If they can't make a substitution, we can't mess with it. Whoopty whoopty woo, yada yada yada. You know, it's funny, they get to put the shit on your plate, but they don't have to sit in the bathroom with you. They don't have to throw up with you. They don't have to do any of that stuff with you. And the truth is, for all I know, is a fucking Mary J. Blige fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the funny thing about my life. Like, that's wild. What the hell? Why is... Oh, they acting a fool with my phone again. They acting a fool. They trying to shut me out again. You just expect more from a restaurant like Papados, you know? You really do. You expect more. You think that because they're a beloved chain that, you know, you can trust. It's just wow. Oh my God. She looked like one of them fucking I'm not gonna cry bitches too. But it's just like, why are people so exacerbated? Why are people so blown away and so shocked? Honey,
Mm-hmm.
so we're reacting, right?
Yeah.
What are we reacting to? Are we reacting to the reactions?
You know what? I wouldn't even say reacting to the reactions, but I just did a little analyzation of what people are. There is so many reactions to you on Piers Morgan, and got a few haters that are like, "Oh my God, why they let her on mainstream media?" But the majority of people are happy that your voices went beyond YouTube. And then I'm seeing a whole lot of they're doing the imitations. You got the little comedy
Oh, I
skits
see the
doing the
comedians
imitations.
jumping on me and doing Jaguar Wright imitations. It's adorable.
I'm just waiting on the SNL skit. That's all.
It's just, it's just wild. But this is the thing. I ain't said nothing different on Piers Morgan than I've been saying. Nothing different.
Now you stay consistent. Rory and Maul. You may not be familiar with them. They did a reaction to.
Who's that?
Okay, so they were once Joe Button's left two nuts or left right nut.
So you mean wannabe Diddy Doo-Wop Bops?
Uh-huh.
Shluminati Pick-Me's? Okay.
Yeah, Rory and Maul. Especially Maul, the black one. He
Oh, so one of them's white and one of them's black?
yeah, it's black and white.
It would make sense that Joe Button would have a Beavis and Butthead as his sidekicks. That would make sense.
Rory was just so deriding and saying, why are they letting you up, and you're saying this and you're talking about this and you don't have any proof. And
you know what? Everyone who wants to sit there and keep talking about I don't have no proof, 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 yet everything that I say keeps coming true. Like it's weird. And see, what the enemy is not going to tell anybody. Oh, they're saying hello to you, baby. What the enemy is not going to tell anyone is this. The reason why they're upset about this kind of information making it to mainstream media is because it makes it almost impossible for the government and the authorities to ignore it. See, people keep forgetting I've been reporting things to the police. I've been reporting things to the feds. I've been reporting things to oversight committees. And guess what? They all tell me nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to, oh, well, that sounds terrible. Oh, that sounds awful. I wish there was more we could do, but there's nothing we could do. My boss is never going to approve us to investigate this. My boss is never going to approve me to be able to do this. I wish I could investigate it. I wish I could be a real cop. I've heard that come out of fucking feds' mouths. I showed them pictures. I showed them videos. I showed them times. I showed them dates. I showed them flight plans. Why don't nobody want to accept the truth? These little diddy doo-wop bops and these little jiggers niggas, because that's exactly what they are, jigger niggas. Who believes anything that comes out of Joe Budden's mouth?
Well, again, it wasn't Joe Budden.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Joe Budden. Why don't these people want to believe and accept how these idiots work? They don't ever say it themselves because they still trying to pretend like they're ignoring it. Like it's not bothering them. Like they're totally unfazed. That's what they do. That's their job. And then they get other people to say it for them. Like a bitch ass nigga does. You know, the simple fact that people are more shocked that Pierce Morgan gave me a sit down, and whether or not it ever happens again, it's fine.
I mean, the message is already out.
But I did my job.
Yep.
And my job is to bring awareness to the injustices. My job is to bring awareness to the collusion between the government and these so-called fucking entertainers. You know, that's really what they're mad about. Because, see, I'm saying things that could potentially change elections. And guess what? These entertainers, they want the same politicians in office. They want the same people there. They want to keep an evil regime in place to make sure that their evil deeds stay covered. I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
My job is to get the word out. My job isn't to make people believe me. My job isn't to sit there and beg for people to believe me. No, that's not my job.
No, on the flip side, I took a gander and there was a content creator, Melanie King. Shout out to her. She normally does like relationship stuff. I got hip to her through the OG BGS.
Okay.
Check out BGS It More. You know the guy I listen to. I know you heard me listen to him. And yeah. She was giving it up, and she was just like proud of you, and she was saying, you know, it's good that you're saying what you're saying, and people in the comment section were just giving it up too. You know, I mean, on one hand, like I said, the Royal Mall, most of the comments were clowning them, like, you know, y'all tripping, and in her comment section, and you know, she has a bigger platform, she has more people. They were all giving it up. None of them were being, you know, trolls or detractors or nothing like that.
Well, the truth is once people listen to what I have to say, and then they go back and they start fact-checking and looking at things for themselves, it becomes hard to ignore the truth. So the question is, if society at large can listen to my commentary and find not only validity in it, but find a reason to stand for something better for the future in it as well. You know, it's like they don't want people to wake up.
Mm-mm.
People are waking up. And they don't want that. I'm going to keep on. I'm going to keep on. As long as God gives me breath, I'm going to keep on. It is definitely a spiritual war. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as y'all are choosing to wake up, that's what matters. We taking food off the table. Yeah, we taking food off the table.
Well, if there's supposed to be a $500,000 hit out on you by Mr. Davis, then that's something that we need to go holler. We need to go holler at some people. You
Well,
know
you
what I'm
want to know
saying?
what I don't understand? Why they make it so cheap? First, the number on my head was very high, and then it went down very low, and now it's midway again. And I think what bothers people is that these things are being said, this stuff is out there, and I'm not flinching.
But those are scare tactics. I'll tell you this because I'll look at a few.
It's real. They
No, no,
want me
no, no.
gone.
I know. But what
No,
I'm
no, no,
saying is,
no. Shanny Shammy says, "Is that 500K thing real?" Yeah, it's
no,
real.
it's real. But they will put information out there like you said it at first, and that no, you didn't say it. I got word from my inside circle, and then I got international connections. My folks in Trinidad hit me, and they're like, "Is that true?" I'm like, "What?" That was the first. I got that first.
They
But
take it and they put the video up on YouTube so it attaches to Google. So this way people will be afraid to work with me.
it's part of the.
See, I did Sheen Magazine. I went and I saw Kiki and we sang together. And people are talking about booking me. And people are talking about, is she going to go out on tour? People are talking about, oh my God, Jag still stings. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But if you run around and you scare the shit out of people and tell everybody that there's a $250,000 or $500,000 or $1 million hit on my head, and you make that public and you put that in Google for Google searches for people to look and say, oh man, she sounds good, but I don't want that kind of trouble around me.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna book her. I don't want that kind of trouble around. Man, Jay-Z and them, they serious, man. Clive Davis, they serious, man. They won't work with me anymore. They'll cut off my shows. This is how they do it.
But that whole side of the industry is done.
Well, it's dying. It's dying. It's not dying as fast as I'd like it, but it's dying. The thing is when is the public going to start asking the government why they've let us all down?
Yeah.
Because, see, at the end of the day, all of these allegations, everything that's said, thrown away police reports, corrupted
Yeah.
evidence.
They don't take stuff serious.
No. This is the failure of law enforcement.
Yeah.
Like, if we want to be honest, if we want to be really, really, really honest, like, this is the thing. I be being decent with these niggas. And see, baby, I just sat up. It's the first time I done sat up in hours. Been sweating all night. But see, it's pissing me off. The more I think about it, it's pissing me off. That tape of Cassie that got all of this thing moving the way it's moving and grooving the way it's grooving, of her being assaulted like that, That's law enforcement's fault.
Yep.
Because lawyers got paid. Cops got paid to turn a blind eye to this, and they do it all the time. You know, if people want to sit up there and say, oh, anybody that's talking about defunding the police is un-American, and how dare you talk about defunding the police? Why the fuck should we be paying people that are clearly inept
And don't do
don't do shit?
Don't do their job.
I don't know how many fucking times I've gone to the cops and told them, danger, danger, this person's hurt. You know what they started doing? You want to know why I don't give out my witnesses' names anymore? Why I don't give out the names of the victims that I work with? Why I'm not willing to just force them out to the front and take it easy? Because every last one of them has been betrayed by a law enforcement officer, including me. I'm not saying allegedly. I'm saying that Sean Carter paid to have the investigation of my son's unalivement derailed, which allowed Caleb to go free and unalive 2 more people. Why didn't you pay to have those murders covered up too, Sean? Well, that's right. You were only interested in covering up the one that covered up your deeds. I know you had Giovanni killed. I already know it's you. Maybe it's time I stop. You had my son killed, bitch. Because he didn't want to sacrifice me. That's what Sean Carter done in my life. He took my firstborn son to force me into submission. And ain't no cop demand justice for my child. The officer that investigated apologized to me and said they're gonna no-bill it. And then they got rid of the black police chief, who's a guy from Philly who I know. Shout out to Joel. I guess that's when he realized that all of Tarrant County business is bought and paid for. And all you need is a billionaire or a cartel leader to just come through and slide a couple envelopes and the truth disappears.
Speaking of that hotel, you want to put them on blast?
I have no choice but to put the Holiday Inn Express in Duncanville, Texas on blast. I have friends there. I love them very much. I'll never go back. It's funny. All of the American-speaking people who I know there, we didn't have any problems. And then they started doing the same thing they did to me and H. Tony last year, lying, saying that we were smoking in the room, lying, saying that there was this going on in the room, that there was that going on in the room. So-called manager came up to the room. We opened the door. He said he didn't smell anything, but the maid, the Mexican maid that doesn't speak English, but she could speak enough English to tell him. Isn't that funny?
And the other bitch that was on the phone.
Yeah, and the one that was sitting there on the phone. Meanwhile, trying to find a way to let TMZ into the hotel so they can get pictures of me and Odell coming out the room. It's wild. Jay-Z don't gotta speak. He don't gotta answer. But my life still has to be drugging to hell. Why ain't more people demanding that the Carters actually come forward? Why is it just okay for them to sit up there and go to Paris and play dress up and act like nothing is going the fuck on? Every last follower of theirs should stop following them until they get answers about what they've been supporting. See, that's the problem with the fans. Like this Mary J. Blige bullshit. While she sat down there with Sherry, I'll stab you in your back, Shepherd, to get a fucking job. Fuck Sherry Shepherd. Poor man's Wendy Williams. Very poor man's Wendy Williams. Smuggling midgets in a shirt. For all we know, she's trafficking right now. Beyond enablers. Well, I mean, running to Paris does make sense. A lot of people keep forgetting that we have an alliance with France. And France does not allow the United States to extradite criminals. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Bali don't have no extradition either. Isn't that funny? They over there with Roman Polanski.
You talked about extradition. I wanted to get your take on this
What?
Foxy Brown stuff too.
Oh, we need to talk about Inga Marchand, because Foxy, she is not. Handicapped, she is. She is definitely handicapped. And guess what? She got made that way by all them venereal diseases that Mr. Carter gave her. You know, it's just so funny. I was really trying my hardest to not be disgusted by Jackie McKinney, the tarot card reader that don't read so good. You know? Because people keep forgetting that that's exactly who Tisa Tells is. She's a tarot card reader, a failed tarot card reader. Yeah. That's who she is. And now she's trying to herald Foxy Brown is the woman who was there and she knows everything about Jay-Z and she's going to set the record straight. And she's going to do what other than be a victim and continue to take money from him like she's been taking money from him all these years. To not put out books, to not file reports, to not do this, to not do that. But see, to put her in the middle of this Tupac shit is kind of disrespectful. It's kind of disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. She is a controlled puppet. And she done too many bad things herself to go against the Jigga Man. You know, I still don't understand why did Ricky come and hide at my house? Why did Corrupt from the Dog Pound come and hide at my house from that little girl? Why didn't he just call the police? Why did he leave that girl at his mother's house in Sharon Hill after she stabbed him in his stomach with a kitchen knife? Why did that story never come out? That little crazy bitch did that shit. She's deaf anyway. Are we all that sure she can be a credible witness? She can hear? The bitch is deaf from syphilis. What don't y'all understand? She was ran through by 16. Thanks to the Jigga Man. How don't y'all know that? She never went to the clinic. She stayed with VD. She stayed burning niggas. And there you go. Next thing you know, Shit went so far, she lost her fucking hearing. Yeah, that's Inger Marchand's tragic life. She was very much so indebted to Jay-Z, in love with Jay-Z as a child. Ain't no nigga like the one I got. Put a 1 in the chat if you would let your 14-year-old daughter perform those lyrics on a song with a grown man that picks her up and drops her off and never comes into the house. Hey, Jag, did you see at You Okay on TikTok who interviewed Clive Davis and asked him about Diddy? Yeah. He's gonna try to play dementia. He's gonna try to pretend like he don't remember any of the stuff he did. He's definitely gonna try to act like he forgot what he did to Janis Joplin and Whitney Houston and Phyllis Hyman. It must suck to be so mad that God didn't make you a black woman, that the only thing that you could do is stalk them, hunt them, chase them, emulate them, and then try to find a way to suck their energy. Yeah, Inger Marchand is deaf. Yeah. And she ran around fighting everybody. Jay-Z used her like an attack dog. That little bitch used to come up in my sessions in New York looking to fight me and shit over Jay-Z. Like, she's fucking weird, G. Inger Marchand is weird. And she's a whole fucking victim, G. She's a victim. Please. Yeah, how does someone like Drew Barrymore end up with a cocaine addiction at 11 years old and over-sexualized by every man around her? I'm going to tell you why. Because that's what they do to kids. And now, there is no choice. There is no choice. People have no choice but to look. People have no choice but to listen. People have no choice. No choice. They've been screwing over kids, and they've been doing it forever. Forever. I feel bad for all of the child stars. Going all the way back to Shirley Temple, man. Shirley Temple was abused. Judy Garland was abused. They don't care. They don't care about the mess they leave behind. They don't care about the things they do. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care. L.B. Mayer, biggest pedophile, one of the biggest pedophiles in Hollywood history of all times. And they let him run. They let him run, G. Just touching on kids. Like, these people are disgusting. The principles that were taught to Hollywood agents and so on and so forth, the sex magic. That's why everything is about sex. People, see, this is the problem. If you don't believe in true spirituality, if all you believe in is what your minister, who is having sex probably with one of your kids, if y'all don't want to believe the truth, you know, that's fine. You have every right to disacknowledge reality. You don't have to believe what's real. You don't have to acknowledge what's real. No, you don't. You can live in a delusion. Just don't be mad when it fucks you up. That's what I say. Play it how you want to play it. Call it how you want to call it. See it how you want to see it. But at the end of the day, there will be retribution for All things in life. There is no getting around it. Wes Craven, we'll talk about that some other time. Right now, I'm worried about cleaning up the monsters in our neighborhood. That's what I'm most concerned about. Let's clean up the monsters in our neighborhood. And right now, the monsters that I'm most worried about in our neighborhood, and when I say our neighborhood, I mean the world, is Sean Carter and Sean Combs. They are traitors to their race. They are traitors to God's gift that none of them possess. It's all smoke and mirrors, all lies. Haven't y'all noticed that they got two frauds? No, I didn't see, but I heard. Just like I heard about the project and Jennifer Hudson doing a performance with Common and Pete Rock, and I love my friend Pete. And I'm happy for Pete. You want to know what I'm not happy about, though? That everybody's making such a big deal about it. Pete Rock is the shit. Pete Rock been the shit. Pete Rock is one of the greatest hip-hop producers of all time. If there's one thing that Pete Rock shouldn't have to do is look for work.
Nah, he's a legend.
He's a legend.
Now I'll give it to Common in that new Common and Pete Rock song.
No one said the nigga couldn't rap.
That nigga Common was spitting.
No one said the nigga couldn't rap, but are you sure he wrote all of that shit himself? Let's stop giving actors credit for acting. He's a fucking actor. I never said the boy couldn't rap. I used to be a fan of Common. Unfortunately, they don't let Pete work like he should. They make sure they corral off all of his projects. Pete is the shit. And a lot of these youngins should be running, clamoring to work with him. Throwing him a bone by helping him make Common more relevant so that Common can finally find some leveling on the way his reputation is dropping through the floor. Why don't nobody notice this shit? Every time one of these motherfuckers get held into account, every time one of these motherfuckers get looked at accurately, next thing you know, there's something going on, there's some new project to make everybody look the other way and say, oh my God, it's so great. Oh my God, it's so great. So you can stop talking about all of the very real shit. Like the fact that Common is a plant for the industry. He chose to be one. No different than Ice Cube. You know, I still find it funny that people don't remember when Common was going after Ice Cube and him and Cube was beefing. And then all of a sudden that shit ended and everything was cool. See, that's what happens when two plants start fighting. They have to make them stop because they have to keep up the agenda. They have to keep up the directive. All of these things are orchestrated. None of this shit is real. That Common album, as much as I love my friend Pete Rock, please buy it. Pete is brilliant. And I'm sure Lonnie is spitting. I'm sure. Why did he stop? Why is this his first real rap album in God knows how long? Like, why? Since B. Yeah. Because every time a Hollywood plant is busted, they have to find a way to re-engage them into the way they brought them to the media. I mean, let's stop lying. Let's stop lying All of these people work together. All of these people work for each other, with each other. But for Tisa Sells bullshit to say that Foxy Brown is now saying that not only was she in Las Vegas the night that Pac died, but she was with Corrupt, even though Corrupt and Daz were ordered to stay away from Vegas that night by Snoop, correct? Mm-hmm. Snoop also was not in Vegas. He was supposed to be in Vegas, but he didn't go. He went to Warren G's house instead and had a chirper listening to everything that was going on in Vegas. And now the story is that this lying fucking bitch, who's been a lying fucking bitch, is supposed to be testifying that she watched Keefe D hand the pow pow to his nephew to take out Tupac. And now they've discovered, after all of these years, talk about reinvigorating the details of a cold case. Mm. Now all of a sudden, hold on, what is this? Wait a minute. I've heard about it, but with all this mess going on, I stepped away from his church because I know him and TD Cakes went to the conference together like 2 months ago. What are y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What do you mean Snoop is too quiet? Snoop is on the block. Snoop is up for auction. Well, of course, Snoop and Martha ain't real friends. That's why he stole my idea. That fucking potluck bullshit, they hacked that off of Soul Food Cypher because they saw that I was like, this whole thing has been about making sure that I can't earn an honest living or an honest wage. So I have no choice but to work with them. Yeah, Noel Jones got a church in Compton. I've gone to all my life. Yeah, Cakes. Cakes in his blessed baby oil. You know, oh yeah, you saw that from TRL? Talking about a sex tape? Yeah. It's why doesn't anybody notice that the second these niggas get into the game, everybody gets a tape? Mm-hmm. Like, how isn't that obvious? Everybody's got a tape, including me. And I'm sure there are tapes of me that I don't know that exist. Like how is Mary J. Blige and Neo going on tour? And how does that not look suspect to everyone? How does it not look suspect? These people are playing around with magic. Yeah, his baby mom. Yeah, the whole Diddy Jr. thing. So now, Mary going out on the road with Diddy Jr. That's what Mary's doing. That's her response to all of this. For my fans. It makes me sick to see the way people are still propping that fucking bitch up. They playing in all of our faces, and they still are. And Jay-Z actually thinks he's going to get Foxy Brown to save him after all of the damage he's done to that girl's life. But then again, she doesn't have a choice. They all Diddy Do I Bopped. Yeah, it's the Diddy Do I Bop tour. And it's all because of you. The fuck out of here. It's interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Yeah, OnlyFans. So you got a man who is clearly Diddyfied. You got a Diddyite, because at this point in time, she's just a disciple now. Mary is a Diddyite. She, boom. Is Pharrell Williams shady or nah? No disrespect. I really don't talk about Pharrell. And the reason why I don't talk about Pharrell is because he's a family member. He's cousins with someone who will always be a friend to me, who I will always love in the game. But Pharrell he a Diddy do wop bop, and everybody know it. And he's a Jay-Z loyalist. All of these people chose serving the devil over standing for God. Mary is evil as fuck, and she's been evil as fuck. And she's a liar. They're all liars. That's what they do, they lie. It's just sad. It's sad. The death of Aaliyah, it really got Mary in line. Got her in line. People being forced to hide their children because people don't want their dirty secrets to come out. Understand this. All people affiliated with the Diddy and the Diddy party are criminal. This is a criminal organization. Why is the government not taking this more seriously? And more importantly than that, why are all of the local police departments that have overlooked all of these crimes not being investigated as well? All of them. 111. All of them. All of them will be exposed. They got to stop using mouth. Listen to me. Understand this. I think, what is this, Soul Sister? I think it was a prosecutor who said they have 30 days to turn themselves in if they, any of those tapes, things being done with children. Yeah. Yeah. Look. Nobody wants to admit the truth. Nobody wants to tell the truth. It's a very lucrative business. Trafficking is very lucrative. And allowing yourself to become an artist so that you can become a tax shelter for laundering, to hide all of the dirty money with all of the trafficking. Trafficking is a worldwide business. You hear me? Worldwide. The truth does hurt. It hurts very much. Very, very, very much. And understand this. I believe in believing victims. I believe in listening to the witnesses. I also believe in being mindful of the company you keep. If you are a witness and you do have a credible story, if you are a witness, if you are a victim and you have a credible story, the last thing you should be doing is sitting with discredible people. Now, the second that I hear the name DJ Genesis mentioned, I ain't touching it. Not with a 10-foot pole, because she's a plant working with the Shluminati, hoping that she's finally going to get Batin's royalties. Big money, yeah. It's just zeros on a computer screen. Yeah. I just don't understand why nobody is acknowledging the very real things that I have said and the very real things that are being corroborated. I sat on the blue couch at least almost 4 or 5 months ago and told y'all they were trading things on the dark net. They were running it up in Bitcoin heavy. And I told y'all those tapes were going to come to light and it was going to be a shit show. I told y'all that. I told y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember me saying wearing my brown sweater and with a black blouse. Yeah, I know who Ava Baroni is. Ava Baroni Combs, one of the last adopted children. Ain't nobody talking about her. I know about it. Yeah, I know about Ray J. I heard it. It'll be addressed when it needs to be addressed. Lou Taylor is a witch. She is a witch. These people are witches. Stop calling them celebrities. Stop calling them stars. Stop calling them icons. They are witches and warlocks. They practice ritualistic sexual behaviors. They might as well be a pack of wild dogs howling at the moon. You know how many? If I see another name that I am not talking about pop up in this chat for somebody to try to get me to keep talking about it and saying the name to make something relevant that I am not focused on, you will be black. You will be blocked, banned, and hidden from this channel. Like I said, anybody that's consorting with DJ Genesis, I will not talk to. I will not have anything to do with. Period. If you sit down with Monica Lockett, you cannot sit down with me. Take our strength, Jag, and run with it. Thank you. Because it takes a lot of energy to do what I do. Anyway, babe. Now they say, or should I say, Tisa sells bullshit, little Jackie girl. Say that now allegedly they're saying that the rent-a-car that was driven from New York to Vegas to do the hit on Pac was rented by Arista Records.
Oh, how convenient. How convenient.
After 30 years, we're now finding out.
All this time.
After 30 years, all of a sudden, now they got the rent-a-car, and it was rented by Arista Records. That would mean that's a clear lineup for Clive Davis and Diddy, so that they could take the fall. And if you can get Ingemar Sean, who is a Sean Carter victim and a bad actor and a jealous Jealous, jealous, jealous. Yeah, Genesis is a bona fide handler. And anybody that's sitting down with Monica Lockett cannot talk to me. Just, that won't happen. It won't happen. So y'all go and y'all tell that person that you keep trying to get me to talk about, if she wants me to advocate for her in any way, as long as she's dealing with Monica Lockett, it won't happen. Inga Marchand, one of the who is Monica though? She's DJ Genesis, the one that they was calling DJ Peter Griffith and DJ Butt Naked here on YouTube. See, her baby's father he's a friend of mine. Even in his death, he's still a friend of mine. Oh, he's got to pay for Phyllis Hyman. He's got to pay for Janis Joplin, and he's got to pay for every wrong and unjust thing he ever did to Betty Wright. He ought to pay for everything he did to Luther Vandross. Clive Davis has decades of sins that he needs to atone for. You saw me singing with my Kiki, yeah. So, of course, they're going to put the stories out there. They're going to say what they got to say. They're going to do what they got to do, and that's fine. I'm going to keep doing what I got to do and saying what I got to say. I have told you all for years. I keep telling y'all Jay-Z is lining Diddy up. I keep telling y'all. The jigger man is the trigger man. I keep telling y'all. Y'all don't want to believe me. Oh, you loved hearing my music. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm great at what I do. I'm qualified at what I do. Of course, Rick Ross looked nervous when he was talking to me. He should. Want to know what's funny? I didn't. Of course, he's trying to pit everyone against everyone else, so nobody is talking about him while they're trying to find a way to create a fake smoking gun to remove him. But this is the thing you need to ask yourself now. Any channel on YouTube that's going after Diddy and trying to create grace for Mr. Carter is clearly a plan and an op. Clearly. Anybody who's not reviewing the Jonathan Hay content on Real Life or on, and shout out to the Truth Is Network here on YouTube. They're trying to slow these videos down so y'all don't hear what Rihanna's first publicist has to say about the whole evil cabal that he's been forced to have to acknowledge because of what it's done to his life. Did you hear Jay Prince is trying to line Diddy up? I mean, I think everybody knows that they don't want to be named or brought. Jonathan has a sad energy around him. I hope he's okay. He's going to be great. Jonathan is going to be great. You can feel he's still holding so much in, but he's speaking more and he's talking more, and I want y'all to support him. Yeah. See, this is the thing. The Prince family, all of these people are compromised. All of them. None of them can literally tell the truth without incriminating themselves. Please support Jonathan Hay. Watch all of the content. Share as much as you can. See, what nobody is saying here on YouTube is the reason why Diddy is getting trashed on YouTube and not Jay-Z. Why they keep getting content creators to try to create some kind of doubt in the public's mind that Jay-Z isn't as bad as Diddy, that I'm really not telling the truth. They need you to do it. You want to know why? Because YouTube protects Jay-Z and not Diddy. Jonathan Hay, when Rihanna first got here, as her first project was being launched, they put together a team for her. Jonathan Hay was on that team. He was doing her publicity. They were not taking that project seriously. They were doing all of the wrong things, and they were fighting to break Rihanna through, and he's the one that broke it through. Pawn the replay. He was a part of the team that broke Rihanna, and then they were removed. After he finally came out and made mention that there was a relationship between Rihanna and Jay-Z. See, YouTube isn't going to sort it out, and YouTube isn't going to do the right thing because of who's running it. Jonathan Hay, just Hay. No ES, just Hay. See, people keep forgetting who these people are friends with. Now, we all know about the Rothschild Group. We know that the Rothschild Group are majority shareholders and owners of YouTube. Part of that Rothschild Group is a man named Leor Cohen, who used to be the head of Def Jam. And when he stepped down, he gave his job to Jay-Z. His little pet. Leor is Jay-Z's handler. Leor Cohen's is Sean Carter's handler. And Leor Cohen is also the head of the music division for YouTube. Now, if they've been covering up all of Jay-Z's nasty deeds for all of these years, I mean, for crying out loud, the way that Jay-Z made it possible for the Rothschild family to steal MIA's baby away from her while he was managing her. I guess don't nobody want to talk about that. See, that's why Diddy's allowed to get trashed on YouTube and not Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z's handler, Leor Cohen, isn't allowing it. He's got to protect his boy. Because that's his boy. They still children. They've been doing it for years. They play dirty in the court. Why isn't nobody asking why Diddy's judge stepped down and why there's going to be a new judge and now there's new lawyers and now they're talking about it's looking like he's going to get out? Why? Why would he be granted bail now? I'm going to tell you something. I said it in my interview on the blue couch. Who are these people supposed to go to? Who's going to help them? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. That's what I said. And then I said, the boss is boss. Don't give no fuck. I think I said next, you can go to the authorities, but they're all bought and paid for. You could go to a special prosecutor, but all somebody has to do is pay him to be reassigned. And then put somebody in there that will take the money and do what they want. This is what these people do. He got the same attorney as that billionaire Bitcoin guy on the same cell block. Yeah, I know. All of this is real. See, nobody wants to believe that America is a Luciferian ran country. They trick us. into believing that we're one nation under God. But see, they did the bait and switch. They tell you to worship God, but then they tell you to worship the devil's practices because they want you to worship the devil. All of this shit is evil. All of these people are evil. The only thing these cases are proving is that the police are bought and paid for, that prosecutors and judges are bought and paid for, and that the federal government is allowing these state agencies to cover up all these crimes so they don't have to go after them. Babylon. Indeed. There hasn't been a reason given yet for why the judge has stood down. Who knows? I have been saying it for quite some time. Nobody wanted to believe me. And the victim-making machine just kept moving along. They are taking God's precious gifts and using them to hurt humanity. These are crimes against humanity. And our law enforcement here in the United States ain't worth shit. Because there's no way in the world, after all of the times I've gone to the police myself. I went to Texas police stations right in Dallas County, and guess what? I was arrested for disorderly conduct, for reporting crimes. I was beaten up for calling out drug dealers. Oh, Michael Rubin, he's a piece of shit. Why is it that the Jigga Man can hang around with a bunch of fucking disgusting, horrible, terrible people? Why does it seem like his greatest influence comes from the Jewish community that sits inside of this evil cabal we call the music industry? You remember that live? They said Judge's wife was a lawyer for one of the banks implicated. Ugh. Oh, so they found a conflict of interest? That's funny. They find conflict when they want to find conflict, and they don't when they don't. Birds of a feather flock together. America, you've been hoodwinked, you have been bamboozled, you have been mocked, and you have been led astray. Yes, Diddy was over Jay-Z. Not anymore. And I guess 50 Cent has decided to make more strange bedfellows. The mayor's office? Yeah, he's still trying to land that plane. Looks like they're going to let it crash, though. '50's doing more than trolling. Of course, Jimmy Iovine is running 50. See, this is the thing. They give them money, they give them status, they give them power, and then they tell y'all to look up to them and say, see, if you do the things that these guys did, you can be like them too. Oh, he does more than flip-flops. He's an out-and-out liar. And he's just as much a faggot as the rest of them. But what he is an opportunist. They're all a bunch of sellouts. They wanted it easy. They wanted the easy way out, see. Cat said it. All of you shortcut takers, all of you big dick deviants, you're going down. They need to expose all of them. But see, as long as they keep playing this game, they can trick America into looking the other way while they're passing a bunch of fucked off shit down in Washington. Fuck Nick Cannon. Imagine if all of these brothers had come together to create a new kind. A new kind. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Anybody who was taking money out of the devil's hand and found out the truth and can take. I've been telling y'all, Sanaa down with the fuck shit. Please stop being surprised. Oh my God. We did love Biggie. They selected him. They selected him. See, the only difference between Diddy and Jay-Z is that Jay-Z came into the game a federal informant. He was already snitching. Listen to me. Every last one of them have done wrong and bad things. All of them. I did wrong and bad things when I was in that shit, G. Like, I think that's the thing that people tend to forget. I've exposed my wrongdoing. I've exposed all of the things that I feel sorry for now. That's why it was so easy to do what he did to Dame, of course. Be leery of people being investigated by the government who go to countries that have no extradition treaty. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. They should be afraid of me. I mean them no good. Anything that's representing the devil, anything that's standing for the devil, mean it no good. I really hope to God that the feds aren't looking into taking any testimony from Inga Marchand seriously. Dog Pound is muzzled. Because they really hoping that Snoop don't go down, because if Snoop go down, then they all getting burned too. You know, there's some people, it's just, people are having a hard time understanding that there's some people that would rather help to save their own neck than do the right thing. I know God has me. Oh my God. For the first time in hours, my stomach. Thank you for that shot, baby. Thank you for that health shot. Yeah. Oh. Michael Rubin isn't the new Diddy. Michael Rubin is just a piece of shit. That's all. Thank you. But if they're now saying that Arista Records rented the car that drove from New York to Vegas, to take Pac out. It just sounds like everybody has decided that it's time to let the diddler go. It's time to finally retire Clive. You know, Clive's husband is a doctor, concierge physician. Like the one that they had working on Michael Jackson. Yeah, Sting's still getting his money, and he should. It's just a shame that the money that he's getting because they robbed it from a bunch of black people. Because all of that money that he's taking made it impossible for Diddy to be able to actually pay any of the artists that are working under his umbrella fairly. He couldn't afford to. Clive got one foot in the grave. Yeah, I'm sure his husband can help him get the other one in there comfortably. And your love is returned. Thank you. Oh, no. Clive did a lot to Aretha. Aretha's just good at keeping secrets. Her daddy taught her how to do that. Is everyone forgetting that Aretha Franklin became a mother at the age of 12? No, Dwayne Johnson isn't any better. He's down with the fuck shit, too. Jay, do you think Tupac, Biggie's death are connected to? Absolutely. And I got a feeling they're about to conjure up another social tragedy to shock everyone back into depression so that they can numb everyone's minds again. Haven't y'all noticed that every time we're about to come to a big truth in America, something really bad happens that distracts everyone from what's going on, and then nothing is ever resolved? I got the feeling that they're planning another catastrophe. And what I will say is this. Kendrick Lamar is protected. Pray for Kendrick Lamar. And pray for Justin Bieber. Please pray for Justin Bieber. And if y'all really want to send a message to the public, to the world, to the government, about how we really feel about all of this injustice, don't buy any of those Mary J. Blige tickets. Do not support anyone who is a part of or connected to this tragedy. Stop going to their shows. Stop financing them. You better be praying for Bashir. If y'all really want to show them, show them. Don't give them another dime. There should have been a demand, a proper investigation done on the death of Aaliyah. And if the feds really, really, really want to help stop this evil cabal, they will reopen Aaliyah's death. They will question Hype Williams. They will question everyone that signed an NDA regarding the death of that young woman. Where is Hype? See, they need your money to keep this going. Yes, including sports. Sports is all a part of the entertainment world. Start demanding that they answer and refuse to support them until they do. I promise you this now. if you boycott Arista Records, if you boycott Interscope, if you boycott any of the majors, if you boycott Universal Music Group, if you boycott any of this shit, and you don't, if y'all say, we ain't buying another fucking concert ticket until we get an answer. We're not buying another, we're not getting onto your streaming app until we get answers. The only thing I'm buying is Jag t-shirts from Street Stars. Thank you. Thank you. RCA Records as well. All of these companies work hand in hand to keep the masses asleep so the government can do whatever they want to do. Well, I don't know what or what not to think about Orlando. What I do know is that he is a victim. What I do know is that my heart cries for him. And I also find it interesting that Orlando is saying things around the same time that Ray J is popping up. And isn't Ray J supposed to be the one that put Orlando into the fake Bloods?
No comment.
Ain't that his OG?
No comment.
Isn't that? Ain't nobody looking at that.
No comment.
All these fake Bloods. I tell you what I do know that I heard from a reliable source that nobody talks about when Ray J got his ass whipped by 40 Crips. And ain't no Blood show up to help him.
They told that nigga, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yes. That I do know. Y'all find it a coincidence that Orlando is now on his Save Diddy rant, and Ray J, who is a known Diddy doo-wop bop, is talking about, I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that, and Jay get it. Like, come on. Ray J, you don't want to talk to me. Trust me, Ray J, you don't want to talk to me. Because I think it would shock you to know how much I know about your home life. See, I know why your kids called the cops. I know Princess. We are not friends, but we do have mutual acquaintances. I know how bad you treat her. I know how bad you've been treating her. And if people want Ray J to sit the fuck down, what they need to do is go to his wife, Princess, and tell her that they will support her and encourage her to actually file a real report against that weirdo. The things I'm sure Princess Love could tell the world about what she's had to endure and seen. I don't know why she don't talk to her brother. She should. They have so much to talk about. He treats Princess the same way he treated Tierra Marie. Only thing Princess was trying to do was get away from Floyd Mayweather. Just like Miss Jackson. It's funny how those girls left that boxer and they both ran to, pop stars in the rap world. I don't know what Pitbull got going on, and he's been auspiciously quiet at this time as well. But what I can say is his relationship with Khaled, it ain't aging well. Of course, Pharrell is involved. They're all involved. The timing of his face, right? He said, yeah. See, they want to know if I want their money. They want to see if I'm going to take their money. And I'm not. The spider web is huge. And they're all a part of it. All of them. You hold them all accountable. Pharrell looked like he drink adrenochrome. He does. He is aging marvelously. You know, they're advertising blood facials. Where do you think that blood coming from? Me and Kat should do a show together. Who knows? Maybe that will happen. My loyalty to the monument that I know as Cat Williams, that will forever be in place. Forever. It was his courage. And that's what I meant when I said it was Cat Williams that taught me how to be me. I'm sorry, don't get upset, but what about En Vogue? What about En Vogue? All of those women have been victimized. Didn't I just see Kat is coming to the blue couch with you? Once again, anything's possible. Yeah, vampire facials. Use your own blood. Yeah. They're not using people's own blood. They're not. They're not. It sounds cute, but they're not. When is America gonna wake up? Yeah, for beauty. Yeah. You know what? Me and Toke, we gonna make it to Dallas at the same time. One of these days. Right now, I'm more focused on just praying for her and praying for Angie. China's doing remarkable. She's doing remarkable. And them throwing this story and trying to make her look like an abuser. And yeah, blood facial sounds like some witchcraft. Yeah, it is. When you start bloodletting and you start playing around with blood and stem cells and genetic materials. Yeah, Eleanor Diddy Bop. I wonder if with all of this going on now, they're finally going to reinvestigate the death of Twitch. Jag, what about the presidential nominee? Yeah, everybody went to Diddy parties. That's the thing. We got two candidates and they all Diddy-fied. Ugh. I don't know why ain't nobody talking about that. Kamala Harris smoking weed in college, back at Howard. Hanging out at Howard parties, going to the Diddy Mark Barnes parties, all of that. Imagining Snoop Dogg and Tupac's albums in her mind while she was smoking before they were even released to sign. Yeah, they was mad at Barack for smoking, but you know, Yeah, she smoked and she inhaled and she imagined, she manifested Snoop and Pac. My God. They all have been involved in all of this. Inga said nobody gonna stop her from speaking or putting out her story. We'll see soon. Her story is going to be fiction. She is a fucking liar. And thank you, Ann, for dropping these links and letting people know what's going on. We gotta wake up. And if y'all really want these people to give you answers, stop giving them your money. Stop buying their products. Sexual energy is spiritual energy. It is. See, if you don't believe, like when you hear pastors talking about, oh, this ain't real and that ain't real, and oh, whoopty, 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 woo, you need to ask yourself if those pastors is on the take. When your pastors start bringing politicians to your church, when your pastors start bringing celebrities to your church, you need to ask your pastor what the fuck they into. Corey Gamble? Corey Gamble is the Grim Reaper of Calabasas. And there was something else, honey. I was listening to an interview with Stephen Baldwin, Haley's father, Justin Bieber's wife. And they were going over some old footage of when Justin Bieber and Haley had first met. And apparently, Stephen Baldwin, they were at an event and he had brought Haley with him and he introduced Haley and Bieber for the first time, and then they started dating. He said 5 or 6 years after that. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. You know? And we're supposed to believe that girl ain't his handler. He didn't say anything. Well, how did Justin Bieber get to marry your daughter? I let him marry my daughter. He can do all of that talking about all of that, but he can't say anything about all of the many terrible things that happened to his son-in-law. He wants to talk about how he hooked his daughter up with Justin Bieber and he introduced them and now they're married and that's his son-in-law and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Well, let's talk about this, Stephen Baldwin. Your son-in-law has been ran through in this entertainment industry. And I can tell you right now, there's absolutely no way in the world you didn't know about it, sir. Oh no, Bieber does have tapes. And allegedly, there is a tape of him when he was young, underage, with the diddler. You don't care about what happens to your son-in-law and how it might affect your daughter? I believe the A-list celebrity that they're talking about is Justin Bieber. In my estimation, I believe that that's the A-list that they're talking about. And let's also not forget that Stephen Baldwin is one of the lesser Baldwins. You know, every family got a burnout. You know, look at the Wahlbergs. You have the more successful of the Wahlberg brothers, and then you have the ones that work for the burger shop. You know, the Baldwins are a different Irish Catholic family, though. You know, they're a little different. And everyone knows that Alec is the rock star, but Stephen always lived in his brother's shadow. What about Aaron Carter? Aaron Carter was unalived. I do not believe that young man committed suicide, and I believe the very real things that he had to say about Johnny Wright and a lot of the other stuff that was going on with the Backstreet Boys is why he is no longer with us. All he wanted was them to pay him the $4 or $5 million they owed him, and they found a cheaper way, didn't they? I can see, Stephen Baldwin has always done a bunch of campy weirdo flicks. Am I wrong, babe? Stephen Baldwin's Hollywood career has been anything less than stellar. I don't know what Alec Baldwin was told to do, but what I do know is that there's absolutely no way that a prop that is being used during filming that's being handled by other people who were supposed to check and make sure that there was no live ammunition on the set. I just think that Alec Baldwin got played. And I think that's because a lot of people aren't paying attention to Fatima was never heard from again after the Aaliyah Rock the Boat video shoot. She did a little bit of work, but no. Truth is Fatima Robinson signed an NDA regarding what happened with Aaliyah. But Stephen Baldwin, very unremarkable career. And you're the one that introduced your daughter to Bieber. And now they're married and they got a baby. And you sitting online talking about how you let Justin marry your daughter and you introduced your daughter to Justin. But you ain't got nothing to say about what the diddler was doing with your son-in-law. NDAs are forever. When you sign that NDA and you accept that payment, you can never talk about it again. Ever. Oh, Ashton Kutcher definitely needs to be investigated for Brittany Murphy. But you want to know what a lot of people, honey, what was that project that filmographer that died on the set of Rust? Wasn't she working on a very explosive project in the backdrop? Mm-hmm. What was it?
I don't know the name, but it was about child pedal ring.
Oh, yeah. So she was doing an investigative journalist piece on the child pedophilia rings. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? That the woman who died on the set of Rust was working on the child pedo stuff. Maybe she found something they didn't want anyone to know. And meanwhile, while Alec is going through all of that, his brother is bragging about hooking his daughter up with Justin Bieber. Wake up indeed. See, this isn't about color. It's not even about talent. This is about control. Chris Cornell was never safe. Anybody that gets close to busting these fools' evil doors wide open, they all disappear. And getting rid of Alec Baldwin, I mean, that was a twofer. Because Alec has been a problem. Alec has been a problem for quite some time. I just find it interesting that director, well, that filmographer, she goes away and so does her project about exposing child pedo rings. Alec Baldwin is a problem. He's always been a problem, but what he is talented. Nobody can say he's not. Great actor, great producer, great writer. And even though his first marriage, well, his earlier marriage, where he had children, I hated the way things ended with him and Kim Basinger. Yeah, Mel Gibson's a problem too. And you saw what he did when he exposed the Jews and showed a graphic depiction of the end of Yeshua's life. And then they got him out there talking about N-word this and N-word that and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. He ain't the only white person that's ever said it. It still doesn't have anything to do with discrediting the great job he did at showing the world what our Lord went through. For that, like that sits up there with Jesus Walks. Do I believe they clone Kanye? Conspiracy. What I will say is this. Is cloning real? Yes, it is. Do I think they have the ability to clone human beings? Yes, I do. Do I think that what we're looking at is a clone of Kanye? No, I do not. What I do think is that he needs to quit and break up with all of his medical physicians immediately. Like, he needs to stop going with his doctors. Like, he needs to just, like... Yes, it is good versus evil, and that's that. And that's what Kat meant when he said, it's not about color. There's God's side, and then there's the other people. What do I think happened to Dave Chappelle? I think they handled up on his ass. That's what I think. Because he's been a little bit too quiet for my taste either. Like, Dave Chappelle is so, socially active, or at least he used to be. Why isn't he saying anything now? Why not? I don't think Kim is capable of driving anyone crazy. I think all of the drugs that they put in his food and in his drinks around the house and the smoothies and the whoop-de-woo, I think they were drugging him. I absolutely do. Most definitely. Matthew McConaughey, if he should come forward and speak up, that would be awesome. But there's so much. What do I think about Andre 3000? I think he had a baby with a witch. She put a spell on him, and then when he didn't do what she wanted him to do, she put roots on him. That's what I think. Like, I don't understand why people don't believe that this stuff works, that is real. Oh, that don't work on me. That don't work on me. Okay. Go ahead. I keep thinking that. Man. Babe, you going back to sleep?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
I hate all of the crazy shit we have to go through. just to stand up for the truth. But I'm grateful that we stand together. Talk to me.
Love.
We got a really engaging conversation going on over here with these people.
That's good. I just stepped away for a second.
I know. I'm just playing with you.
I think people want to hear your music, and then people want us to do the investigative journalism on all these entertainment crimes, since they say we don't have receipts.
Well, we're going to continue. We're going to continue to do what we do. But what they really don't want is for me to be out there performing again. Because then they'll have to explain why they work so hard to keep that away from the people. So instead, they want to make the public afraid of me and scared of me. We're coming to get her. We're coming to get her. We're coming to get her. You better not book her. She marked for death. You better not bring her to your venue. She marked for death. You better not do that. She marked for death. See, this is the thing. As much as I love performing. Oh, thank you, dear. And as much as thank you for all of the, thank you. I am a trained singer. I wish Demi Lovato would come forward and speak too. Thank you. And shout out to Pierce Morgan. I'm looking forward to doing more out in the world. Independent and cruelty-free. They really don't want me creating that lane because they already know I'm going to invite other artists to join me. Oh, you and your mom. Oh, thank you. Singing and speaking the truth. Well, the reason why I started this fight was so that not only I could be able to come out and perform without worrying about all of the weirdo stuff going on, but for everyone else. There are so many great artists that got sidelined because they weren't down. I'm really not the only one. I'm fighting for not just me, but for them as well.
A. Marie, I met her in person.
I know they did A. Marie dirty. Fucking Rich Harrison, that fucking bitch. He put all that time into developing A. Marie and to getting her out there just to fucking bow down. And for Beyonce, like, honey, all of them are in trouble. Best way to make an evil organization like this fall is to stop funding it. They talk about defund the police, defund the music industry, defund the entertainment industry altogether. Yes, of course, Hollywood operates under the system of the beast. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Sade. I don't. She likes it that way. Truth journeys always take the longest. Prince was sacrificed. Cat Williams ain't been lying to y'all. When he got up there and he stood in front of that audience, he accepted that award and he sat there and told everybody that, the system is rigged. This game was not meant for you to win, but that doesn't mean that you can't play it and you can't win. Best advice that Prince Rogers Nelson ever passed in my direction. Do not sign any contracts. Save all of your music. Keep making music. Save your catalog and release it when you can be in full control of it. Wait for technology to catch up to your imagination. It will. I should do a pod with Candace. What do you think about that, honey? Somebody said I should do a pod with Candace.
I don't know. That's only too much. You could hope you could do an interview. She could do an interview with you. You do an interview with her. But both of y'all, that has to be like TV or like the View type of shit. She's your energy, her energy. Come on.
Oh, Tisa says she want me on the show. I don't know why.
I reached out to Tisa a long time ago about you.
I know you reached out to Tisa, and when Tisa reached out to me the first time, I reached out to her as well.
We pass. We'll pass.
Tisa flip-flop too much. And if she's going to push the agenda of Foxy Brown being Jay-Z's ultimate shield and cloak, I'm not interested. I'm just not. Yeah, she flip-flop. She's always flip-flopping. Little Jackie girl. And shout out to Candace Owens, because she's going through her own battle right now, man. They come for us so hard. I ain't got no issues with Kaya. I've always said that. And I'm proud of her for all of the things that she spoke up and said. She took a huge risk. And she found her space. Odell needs to check Carcino, please. Who's Carcino? Who's Carcino? You know Carcino, baby?
Mm-mm.
Somebody talking about you need to check.
Carcino. What is that?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I have no idea. What I do know is that a lot of reactions, a lot of reacting going on to that Pierce Morgan.
They don't know what we got coming up next though, but
No, I could never collab with Lovely T. I don't have an issue with Lovely T, but don't do it, Carcino, a snake. Okay. See? I like Candace, and I also know for a fact controlled opposition is real, and Alex Jones put her on. Yeah. Listen to me. Candace, do your thing, Ma. Do your thing. Lovely T, I ain't got no issues with her, but y'all know her and Tasha K used to be like super tight. Like they used to be super tight. And they was down with all the fuck shit together until that Star Marie shit came out with Cardi B. And Tasha K just got jealous and stole the whole thing from her. And then went too far with it. And now, I'm sure Lovely T is now happy that, people see Tasha for what she is. It's just, I don't know. Piers would so be down. What? You know what?
what?
You can say whatever you want to say, but X, do yourself a favor. Please do not come around here trying to spread this information or trying to get me to say anything defamatory or inflammatory just so you could try to find a way to keep me from going back to the Piers Morgan show. You can believe whatever you want to believe. But what's not going to happen is you're not going to come through here with your opinion trying to get me to say something that I'm not going to say. At the end of the day, whatever Pierce may be in real life or on television, he's a credible journalist. That's what I know. And he gave me the ability to be able to share very important information with the public. So you can think whatever you want to think about him. But I'm grateful he gave me. I mean, what do I think of Madonna? I think Madonna's a witch. That's what I think. I think Madonna got sick and tired of fighting a good fight as a strong female artist. And I think she, yeah. Yeah, I don't know who's talking about no edges, but you a little off topic. And, yeah, I think she's just down with the fuck shit. She ain't been right ever since she was married to Guy Ritchie. And then she adopted that little African boy. And all I can say is I hope she didn't adopt him so she could use his blood to do facials. That's all. She is a witch. She's down with the shit. She down with all of it. Yeah, they saying that she stole him. Probably. So not only can you not spell, not only do you not have my name right, but you came through here just to heckle me. Well, I appreciate that. I have no edges. And guess what? Your mother has no walls. See how that works? You want to come through spouting insults, and now you can get insulted. Your mother has no walls. You dropped out of her box. Like a piece of a turd. Like, we can do that. I just don't understand why you want to come through here doing that.
I'm not on camera, am I?
No, you're not, baby. There is no camera. On camera. On camera.
You talking about Michael Collier?
Oh my goodness. Oh, when are we putting up
I'll do this week. I'll do today.
Oh yeah, the pull-up. Oh, so we did a pull-up with Uncle Mike, with Michael Collier and his wife, the owner of the lovely establishment in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, called Simply Sung, is where they have Michael Collier's Comedy Corner. It's fabulous. They're doing great. Yeah, I know. Transrena is a whole mess. I know they want to distract the message. That's why they're here. And that's fine. It's not going to happen. But, I'm grateful for the fact that, they bother to take the time to come out of the bushes and say this crap so we know who to hide from the channel. And it's really just that simple. It really is. Like, at the end of the day, the truth is they sent Orlando Brown to Dallas to find a way to discredit me, to inflame me. And y'all need to watch that interview between me and Orlando Brown. Because I think I'm the first person to ever pull an Orlando Brown on Orlando Brown. And I ain't mad at it either. That's all right. LaQuinta up out of here. LaQuinta has been hidden from the channel. I don't know why they think they just going to get me to act a fool. Just like I know when I went over there to the comment report, the falling comment report, the crash out comment report. that somebody was sending him messages on how to deal with me when they realized it was actually me on the phone. See, that's why he kept obstructing things. That's why he kept playing around. You know what I mean? That's why. And that's why he instantly started cursing me out, because when they realized my line of questioning for him, they knew it was going to make him look stupid, and I was going to make him look like exactly what he is, a Jay-Z dick-licking fan. You're a fan. What's interesting is right after Aaliyah passed away, when you was still on the radio, you wasn't a fan of Jay-Z back then. Matter of fact, it was Star, or from the Star and Buck Wild show, that was going off on Jay-Z and blaming him for the unalivement of Aaliyah. How do you go from blaming somebody for something to supporting them? But then again, after your ass got kicked off radio and you couldn't get back on radio no more, all you had was YouTube. Oops.
And dude is like 60-something years old.
Yeah.
I got to get that in-person interview. And I want that in-person interview. But
with the falling comet report?
Yeah, but he's old as shit. So it's like...
Yeah, he's an old-ass motherfucker talking big fucking monkey bullshit, talking about he gonna stick his foot in somebody's ass.
You better take
I truly doubt.
Geritol pills.
I truly doubt that would ever happen. Talking about you like that, you a punk, and everybody knows it.
Senior citizen.
This nigga sitting here running around acting crazy, calling people with his very half Caucasian ass. See, your mammy is a cracker bitch. See, we're gonna get real. Let's get real right quick with the fallen comet report. See, the fallen comet report isn't all black. He's half white. Yo mammy is a cracker bitch. And she must be a cracker jack. The question is, does her white family really like you? Or are they ashamed of her for giving birth to a little niglet? Like, that's what I want to know. You want to run around calling somebody a nappy-headed loser? How about this? Your mother's a white cunt who gave birth to a black piece of shit. And that's real. Because she raised the kind of fucking piece of shit nigga that thought it was cool to get online and threaten to essay a 4-year-old child. That's who you are. Fallen comet report. You a half-white, ungrateful, disloyal niglet. You're a nobody. You need YouTube. You can't go back to real media. Not after threatening to essay a 4-year-old child. And you want to talk about me. You want to call somebody a nappy-headed loser? How about this, you half-cracker fucking jack piece of shit? See how that works? You came at me with a bunch of lies and a bunch of rhetoric and a bunch of bullshit. I'm coming at you with facts. Don't let the little bit of black you got in you make you think it's cool to call a true black woman, a true Hebrew queen, a nappy-headed anything. Just because you half black don't make you safe in the black community either. You a mixed nut. Period. Oh no, this isn't about giving him any energy. And notice, his name is now the Fallen Comet Report. Because the only thing he can report about, honestly, is about going down. Going down bad. whole mixed nut. He probably sits around with his white family and listens to them telling nigger jokes and laughing.
Call him the Morning Star. You're not Lucifer.
Why would I give him that much credit? He don't have that much power. He ain't good enough to be the devil. He's only good enough to lick the devil's nuts, which is exactly what he was doing virtually when I popped up on his show, listening to him praise the Jigga Man. He got mad because I said, I'm of a different caliber. He kept talking about Jay-Z of a different caliber. The Jigga Man is of a different caliber. So am I. I worship God. He worships the devil. Like this, people need to understand. You come here on this app and you sit here with these people and you're not paying attention to what's real. You're not. Where is my cord, baby? Have you seen it? Because it's not in here. It's not in my bag.
And put it on the top of your backpack.
Oh.
And it won't fall out.
Oh, it's in my pack. Okay. You know, how do you support somebody that supports the Luciferian agenda? How do you support somebody that literally supports and dick licks the devil online? Diddy is one thing, but Jay-Z is he's of a different caliber. And I don't see it, honey. Hold on, wait a minute. Is it in my nap?
I don't know.
No, it's not in here either. My headphones are. No, I need to charge up. That's all. He's of a different caliber. And Jay-Z, they're not going to get... Is Jay-Z next? She's going to go sit with Joe Rogan. And Jay-Z, he's of a different caliber. So am I. You're not. You're of the typical caliber. A busted out radio jock that has nothing but Jay-Z's friend, Leor Cohen's Devil app to support him.
Yeah. So leave him alone. I'll handle him. We're gonna do an in-person interview. Meech gonna set it up. We're gonna look it up.
Like,
Don't even.
He's very, very, very typical. Listen to me. For me not to address it,
No.
it needs to be addressed. And this is going to be my last time addressing it. I'm not giving the fallen comet report any love.
I'm handling him.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city with that nigga. Ain't no love. Not even in the heart of town.
Vlad, Harry Spears.
They're all perverts. That's my point.
Birds of a fact.
You got the fallen comet report threatening to essay 4-year-old kids live on the radio. You got Vlad, who is clearly an intelligence agent working to do disinformation on behalf of somebody's government. You got Aries Spears, his co-host on his podcast, who we all know does child pedo videos. Like these, you are who you associate with. Yes, he got fired. Yes. The fallen comet got fired. And every last nigga that was running around with his crew ain't had no problem with having sex with underage girls. Y'all need to understand that. What do you mean, you hope I am fully protected? What does that mean? You want to know how protected I am? Here it is. Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you right now. I bare my soul. You know my heart, you know my mind. You've given me a calling. I serve at your pleasure, God. There are people online right now that are threatening me, defaming me. There are people in real life right now that are hunting me, trying to track me to do me and my fiance harm. In the name of Yeshua, I declare victory over every last one of these people. In the name of Yeshua, I declare that every name that I speak out of my mouth be handled with your wrath. I am your vessel, God, and I open myself up to your power completely. Use me, inhabit me, and give me the ability to remove your trash. I declare every last one of these niggas will fall in the name of Yeshua. Ashe.
And that's ultimately what it's about. Good versus evil. God versus...
I'm sure you meant it genuinely. My prayer was genuine as well.
We ain't worried about nothing. We good over here.
Any and everything that happens to me and happens to my life happens with the permission and the will of God. Period. I told you. I'm not sure how my son is doing. I haven't talked to him since his father got a new payment for his heart. And they decided they were going to turn him into content to try to find a way to tear me up and rip me down and to make it seem like my son hates me. And now all of a sudden, trans Rita is running around telling everyone that my son calls her mom and that my son loves her more than me. You want to know what's funny? Trans Rita said the exact same thing about Storm Monroe and Storm Monroe's mother. Or does anyone remember that? When Tasha K became overly obsessed with Storm Monroe, it put herself in his familial situation between him and his mom, and then told his mother that Storm loved her more than he loved his own mom, and that his mom wasn't shit, and that she was everything to Storm. Like, Trans Rena does that. You remember that? You remember that, Neptune? Mm-hmm. Somebody put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember hearing Tasha K talk about how much Storm Monroe loved her so much more than his own mother, and how his mother was jealous of her, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. See, Neptune does. See, that's how she do. She can't come up with anything original. You know? That's what this woman does. That's all she do. You wonder why Taraji never spoke on Bashir or try to help him? Because she don't give no fuck. She gives a fuck about her career. She was more worried about doing The Color Purple. She was more worried about Oprah Winfrey liking her. Guess what? Now she know what everybody know. Oprah don't like nobody. Oprah treated all of them bitches like a bunch of fucking mammy pieces of shit. And still is. She's shitting on every last one of them. I just want to know when Gayle King is going to have something to say. You know, babe? Because I stated very clearly when I sat with Pierce Morgan that Gayle King not only sat with Robert Kelly, but she sat with Jay-Z. Is everyone forgetting that? Oh, it's very much so crab in the barrel. But, yeah, Oprah uses black magic. She down with the fuck shit. She recovered well, though, after that thing with Ozempic. She been starving herself for years. Y'all remember when she got skinny all those years ago? We was watching that fat acceptance stuff on CNN. What's in that can? Is there something in that can?
Of course.
I just thought, Lord Jesus, like my Uncle Al. You know, this my Uncle Al's favorite.
Oh, that's what's up.
It's my Uncle Al's favorite. He lives by it. He swears. But I'm just saying, how is nobody missing that? It was Gayle King that sat down with R. Kelly and railroaded him into admitting he was a pedo, right? Mm-hmm. And he sat up there, I'm fighting for my life. literally girls in chains somewhere. That's what didn't he say that? Mm-hmm. And she had the Calvin Klein's on. Yeah. With the pumpkin head. Mm-hmm. It was a starvation diet. And guess what Ozempic is? It's a starvation diet. Oprah's never going to apologize to anyone because she's still waiting for people to apologize for her. That every time she gets thin and sexy, nobody cares and they only like her when she's fat. They literally did a whole t-shirt. Well, all you have to do is go to Real Life and go into the product and go into the their product store, their market area, and the Jag t-shirts are available there. Like you were mentoring what? No, I was mentioning that about the missing girls in the school in Africa. I know. Oprah's the devil. She been the devil. Of course Jennifer Hudson is a beard. Of course. If she wasn't, she wouldn't have had a baby with the man that she didn't like so that she could creep around with the man that she did. Shout out to Molly Music. But I could see why she wouldn't get into him. Molly's God-fearing. He was never going to be down with the fuck shit like she is. He probably, I wonder if he ever put 2 and 2 together that she was down with that whole her family getting sacrificed shit. I wonder. Oprah's definitely worse than Ellen. Definitely. Yes, Jennifer Hudson has a thing for zesty light-skinned dudes. Once again, anybody who's consorting with Monica Lockett, a.k.a. DJ Genesis, I will not talk to. Not after Legina Gold. Not after Amora Lex. Some people have chosen sacrifices. Some people haven't found out about sacrifices until it's all over. Oh, I got a lot of great music. And me and an old friend of mine about to get back into the studio. I got to give him a call. Give me that. I can't wait to get that hoe done. You know, how does Gayle King sit with R. Kelly and hold his feet to the fire, but then sits with Jay-Z? Gives nothing but praise. And she never once asked him about Aaliyah. Blood contracts are real. And there have been people that have signed their recording contracts with blood and an old quill pen. I'm telling you right now, all of these people, rather than waiting for God to bestow them and endow them with his blessings, they decided to steal what they can. They'll steal it from anybody. Y'all need to start researching names like Aleister Crowley. Am I right, babe?
Aleister Crowley. If they don't know,
they don't know.
I don't know what to tell them. That's basic information. You should know that guy. The most evilest man in the world.
Aleister Crowley.
And possibly it's Barbara Bush's dad, but that's a whole other conversation.
Wow, really?
Look it up.
Wow. Hold on. Siri, who is Barbara Bush's father? What?
What does it say?
Siri, who is Barbara Bush's father? All right, it says parents. It's listing peers.
Her mother used to go out. Look at Barbara Bush. Look at Aleister Crowley.
Well,
but her mom
sweetheart,
used to go to do a sex ritual party. It's yeah.
No. What I'm saying is this. It's funny how they like to lead people around, because all you have to do, and Pauline Robertson, who's Pauline Robertson? She had a short life, born in 1918 and dead before the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, her mother only lived long enough to give birth to her.
Mm-hmm. She used to go to them parties.
That's weird.
Go to them parties. He had sex ritual parties in this country. They kicked him out this country.
Isn't it funny? They always putting somebody's baby on somebody. You know, the simple fact that Whitney Houston's biological mother is being concealed so heavily. Because I do not believe Sissy Houston is that girl's mom. No, not after the research. It's just so interesting. And everyone is so tightly interwoven. I'm going to have to research Barbara Bush now. I've only researched her, just like, as first lady, mother of a president. I never went back to her childhood. I mean, clearly she came from an elitist background, because there's no way she would have made it into an oil family. You know what I mean?
Well, babe, we'll hold off on the political stuff. I got to get you in contact with Baba Phil Valentine. He knows the game. He got the game on all that. And then
no, but they're always saying that somebody is somebody's baby. Yeah. Like they're not being honest about Nicole Richie, Lionel Richie's daughter. They're not being honest about that girl's paternity or anything. They're always lying.
Yeah.
Aleister Crowley was a motherfucker, though. Bestiality, harnessing energy. That's what it says on record. We're going to check a little bit closer, because her mother, that Pauline business, that ain't look right. Her mother, Nicole's mother, worked for Lionel Richie. But see, this is why we got to get Megan involved.
Mm-hmm.
Because we need to start talking to more people, not only who have had interaction, but who were grown up in that. And Megan Walsh is one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
The information that she sees and knows. Okay, I'm going to say this with all due disrespect. Actually, let me take that back. With all due respect. Actually, fuck the respect. Let me just keep it a buck. I haven't watched any of the Ali Carter content.
And don't plan to.
And like I said, anybody who's consorting with Monica Lockett, I can't touch him with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, they took Megan Walsh's kids. And guess what? One of those kids was fathered by Kanye West's best friend. Megan saw some very interesting things happen between Kanye and her baby daddy. Things that changed her life. Yeah. I was given confirmation that Ali Carter has been consorting with Monica Lockett, a.k.a. DJ Genesis, a.k.a. DJ Butt Naked, a.k.a. DJ Peter Griffith. As long as she's consorting with Monica Lockett, I can't touch her with a 10-foot pole. Monica Lockett is compromised. Monica Lockett is also with the fuck shit. Monica Lockett also was heavily involved in creating the Legina Gold story behind the scenes. Monica Lockett is a lackey for Tasha K. Monica Lockett is also the one who brought Amora Lex, a.k.a. CPS girl, a.k.a. Alexis Wright, to real life. Monica Lockett seems to be involved in a lot of fuck shit. Monica Lockett's also involved with the one-eyed freak, Charleston White, who called me the Diddy bitch and said, didn't nobody give a fuck about Diddy and wasn't nobody talking about that shit no more. And 4 days after that, Diddy went to jail. Ain't that a bitch? Seems that that's all anybody can talk about now, ain't it, Charlie?
Fish-eyed fool.
Monica Lockett was also involved with that other fraud, Princella. They like creating fake stories to bring here to YouTube to get you guys all engaged and enraged. So, where Ali Carter is concerned, if she's real, then she'll start dealing with real people. But as long as she's dealing with Monica Lockett, I can't touch it. Won't touch it. Check my Cash App. Babe, you got my Cash App phone? Thank you for your acknowledgement of my children. Jeez Louise. To Ms. Wood, I want to thank you. I received your Cash App. And while we're at it, let's acknowledge a few more people. Oh, and by the way, to all the YouTubers who sit around constantly creating new Cash App accounts to, you know, so that you can send me requests for $1,000, $2,000. I'm a big fan of yours. Can you pay my bills? I'm a big fan of yours. Can you do this? Wait a minute. You just looked her up and somebody's suing her for defamation. Oh, who's getting sued for defamation? I was busy looking at something else. Hey, Jag, is Katy Perry a man? I don't know. But she looking a little hermaphrodite in that nonsense she wore on the Masonic TV Awards. Jag, were you able to get? Yes, me and G. That's my bro. That's my bro. And thank you for the heads up. I appreciate when y'all come and pass through good messages. I want to send a shout out to all the 200 people in the room. And I want to thank y'all for the 117 likes. We could use a few more. What's going on? Can you make it in the industry without being controlled? Yeah, you can. It's just not easy to do. That's the whole point of us creating cruelty-free. Storm Monroe is no longer banned. Great! I wish they would... They came after him. They always coming after him. I wish they'd leave him alone. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much, Toy Wood. Thank you. Appreciate you for that message. And to Miss Norville, God bless you and thank you. Queen Lotus, I don't know what happened, but I want to thank you. You know, my mods are very protective. Y'all be careful. You know, we've been through a lot. They head trigger with them wrenches. To Mr. Porter, thank you. And to Bobby Finney, thanks for being the voice and speaking for the victims. Thank you for listening and thank you for praying for them with me. For those who donate, we appreciate you. Protecting my life is not an easy thing to do. Truth is we had to leave that hotel because they started the same thing that they start every time. They started with the gaslighting. I say a real thing, it goes viral, it wakes up the world, and then the gaslighting starts. I've come to accept it. For every action, there is an equal and opposing reaction in science as well as in man. Everything that I do for good, I got to expect that bad's going to be coming just as heavy. But that's the gig. That's the job. And I do it again. And I'm going to keep on doing it. I know that the Pituation Network is still talking crazy.
Don't even mention them. Fuck them. I got them.
We're not worried about them. They got to worry about Odell now. Listen to me. True peace is peace for all. It's more than my peace. True peace is peace for all. We're going to get ready to wrap up. But I want to say something to Cassie. Mrs. Cassandra Fine. Because she's not Cassie Ventura anymore. She's somebody's wife. Her husband. Thank you, Toy. See, a husband protects his wife. A husband saves his wife. A husband stands by his wife. And that's what Alex Fine did for Cassie, for his wife, Cassandra. You know, you're so used to looking at these people as artists and objects. You forget that they're people. Cassie made a statement. She's got to pull away from the world because baby oil gate and the children, I'm sure, are ripping her alive. She has her own little girls now, and her and Mr. Fine are raising. And I'm sure every time she thinks about everything she went through, and I'm sure every time Mr. Fine looks at his wife and his beautiful daughters, all he can say is, not my family. You'll never do that to my kids. Those girls are going to have a cruelty-free upbringing, God willing, with parents like that who've been through so much. G-H frickin' B. Y'all need to pray for the Fine family. That man is a hero. He saw a woman being abused. He saw a woman being hurt. And he put his own life on the line to save her. And rather than making her a movie star and a pop star and a porn star, he made her a wife and a mother. You saw Blink Twice? Salute. My husband is a hero too. Thanks for saying that. Because that's exactly how I feel about Odell. Thank you for speaking my heart. When a man stands up and takes a woman under his arm and says, they saying big up to you, baby, and they saying you a hero. He is. He's my hero. He is lovely to me. I think I'm lovely to him too. When a man steps in, see, and says, this is my woman. You're not going to hurt her. Yes, fearless coupling. See, that's something special. And it's something rare because we've gotten used to seeing men not be that. We've gotten used to seeing men take advantage of their women, prey on their women, objectify their women, disrespect their women. We've gotten used to that. We're not used to seeing men stand up for their love and what they believe in like they used to. To the Fine family, Mr. and Mrs. Fine, There's an acronym for that word. Freaked out, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. And I'm sure they've had reason to be one of all of those things over the course of the past 6 years. Let's pray that they become more than fine. Let's just pray that they become filled with joy, because they deserve it. Those girls deserve it. I can only imagine what those girls are experiencing right now, looking at their mommy, you know? God-fearing men. Because when a man takes a woman, he takes a responsibility. And when he honors that responsibility, you get happy families. And happy families make great communities. And great communities make strong counties and states. Everyone has to change their frequency up. But I know all of this baby oil shit is killing her, because it got used on her. See? Ain't nobody thinking about that while they're making their jokes. While everyone's running around laughing about baby oil, she knows exactly what that baby oil did to her and to other people. And then to see the children and to hear about the children and look at her own children and know that if she had babies by that monster, he might have been doing that stuff to her children. But thank God he brought her not a trainer, but a protector. And he said, not on my watch, not this woman. Listen to me. I'm glad she had the courage to speak out too. And that's why we can't let the devil win. You want the t-shirt, but you live in Brazil. I'm going to talk to the guys today at Real Life and see how we can figure out making it possible for international sales, since so many people are asking.
You get a lot of love in Brazil. Lots of love.
Shout out to Brazil. Shout out to South America as a whole. I love it. I miss it. I haven't been in a while. I guess it's a good thing I got that new passport. Get to go back.
You tell them about your business. Let them think you ain't got no ID. Keep it that way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I ain't got no ID. And my heart goes out to Cassie. Christ is with you. And shout out to you. Thank you, Toy. Let's be careful of the things that we're saying and doing, because we never know who's listening, who it may help or who it may hurt. Okay, and oh, that enterprise. I know there's a lot of things. The only way to change the industry is to break it and rebuild it with a strong community that truly loves. Oh, they say thank you for keeping Jag safe, Odell. Cruelty-free artistry. That's the objective. Send a message. Oi, 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 mate. Send a message. We'll see. Dionne Warwick got a lot of explaining to do about a lot of things too. I'm telling you, these things are... Yes, we definitely need a hip-hop reset.
It's happening.
And it is happening. But we have to keep supporting the culture, and we have to stop supporting the industry. See, somewhere along the way, they said, OJ, me and you. Odell and Jag, we OJ now.
Damn.
No, the industry abused the culture for its own negative agenda. But the culture is still here. It's still here. We just have to keep reminding ourselves, culture and industry, not the same. Culture and industry, not the same. Out with the old and in with the true blue new. That's all it is. Modernized slavery. That's it. To the Fine family, to Cassie, her husband, and her children. The world is proud of you, whether or not they're reminded to tell you all the time, or they just sing you. The world is proud of you. And anyone in the world that's not proud of you, they don't matter. You know, there used to be an old saying, it was, people that matter don't mind, and people that mind don't matter. Yeah, I know. But once again, when you look at the history of the Jews, lying has been a very big part of their culture. Going back to Yeshua. Not only did they lie on Yeshua, but after Yeshua's ascension, they paid people to lie about his story. That's what the Jews did. They didn't want anybody to believe he was divine. They didn't want anybody to believe that he had ascended. So they went around and paid people to lie. And then thank you, Susie. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Now I'm really glad. Yes, they took out the book of Enoch. They took out the book of the Jubilees. There's so much of real God history that has been kept from God's true people. If you aspire to have it, you will. You will. Courage is a choice. And the moment that you choose it, you won't be able to choose anything else. And make sure y'all get over there to Set in the West. New content coming there as well. I love being able to promote my babe. His genius, his brilliance. I love it that we're in a position where we can support and promote each other with a pure vote of confidence. Thank you for all of your kind words. Let us stop.
Tell them the episode 2 of Ladina Gold on your Patreon in the day. It'll be up in the day.
Oh, the second episode of Revealing Legina Gold, the Woodshed Project, will be available on Patreon in 48 hours?
Less than 40.
Or 48 hours or less. Make sure you get over there and check it out. Believe in God. Know that man is easily corrupted. And know that what you choose is all that matters. I'm so grateful that Cassie chose life and chose love and chose family. because it was through his love and the healing that she got in building that little family that gave her the courage to do the right thing. And yes, don't forget to sign Tory Lane's petition. And don't let Jay-Z and Beyonce get away with a damn thing. If I were any of their supporters, I would refuse to click a link, buy a product, like a post, share, nothing. I wouldn't buy, stream, nothing until they answer. They need to answer. Not just run off to countries with no extradition treaties. You take away your money, they'll have no choice. Or they'll just disappear. But they need your money. Good, good. Sign all petitions. Especially for Kim. But what we really need to do is a petition for Aaliyah. We need the investigation of that plane crashed open. Good, that's right. Block them on Spotify. No, that book that was put out, it has elements of reality. It has elements of truth, but no different than what they did with the Bible. They threw a bunch of lies around it to throw people off. And they tried to disparage, I'll be sure, as something that he could never be. Exactly who gave Aaliyah the pill so that they could get her on that plane without her fighting? Oh, that book definitely tested the waters, but the sad part about it is there's more books coming. And I don't think any of them are going to be real. Until all of the lost pieces that Kim parceled out are put together, nobody could put out a book, an accurate book. Why do you think they signed all those NDAs after that crash, Toy? Everybody in a position of management or power knew what was going on, and all of the dancers and the people that were working were left in the dark. Hype Williams denied Lenny Kravitz playing. Oh, that's what they do. They try to muddy the water with lies. But that's always been the Jewish agenda, to lie. Just like they lied on Yeshua. If this group of people have the audacity to lie on the Son of God and then invest heavy dollars into concealing the truth of Yeshua, how is that any different than what we've seen happen in Hollywood all these years? Well, understand this. And I'm going to read this because I want you to get a more accurate depiction of who Albert Brown is. I question, I'll be sure, what man lets his firstborn be raised by a demon? Well, number one, Quincy is not I'll be sure's firstborn child. Albert Brown Jr. is I'll be sure's firstborn son. Quincy is actually his second. Quincy was Kim's first child. Now, if you go back and you listen to the things that Gene Deal has said, the diddler didn't start out as the diddler. He concealed a lot of his evil to the people who knew him when he first started out, and that would include Albie Shore. But when he found out about what kind of demon Diddy was, things had become extremely complicated. Albert Brown is a loving father, very loving. You know, it's easy to paint him as a deadbeat when they don't talk about any of his other children, because he has more than one child. Now, Quincy looks just like him. Al Jr. does too, but he's brown skinned. Al Jr.'s darker. Quincy's spitting image. But you have to ask yourself a question. If a man is a deadbeat, usually he's a deadbeat to all his kids, not just to one, right? Like Praz. Because Praz is a true deadbeat. I had no idea until I sat down with Lord Jamar. And he filled me in on the fact that another man it is raising Praz's child, and he don't even do anything to support the kid, but he got time to sue Lauryn Hill, a young woman that he groomed for the Schluminati. See, there's plenty of deadbeats in the entertainment industry, and most of them are celebrities. Yeah, Cuff Daddy. Bow Wow is a diddy doo-wop bop. And in the words of Orlando Brown, allegedly, he has some bomb-ass bussy. Schluminati to the core, right? Albert Brown is an attentive and loving father to all of his children. What happened with Quincy was a travesty. And I love my friends, so that's all that I can say. Albert Brown is a good heterosexual man who loves women and who loves his children. And he's a great granddad. Yeah. Praz running around trying to sue Lauryn Hill and does not financially support his own child. And it's wild because apparently the other parent passed away or something, or was forced away, and now is being raised by a whole nother man. And Praz just acts like, oh, Quincy was most definitely taken from him. But the reasons why are reasons I cannot speak on. But what I will say is this. Everything that my friend Albert Brown Sr. has said about all of the attempts made on his life, they all came from the diddler. If the diddler was trying to unalive Albert, meanwhile holding control over his own biological child, while abusing and terrorizing that very child's mother, I'm sorry, I think there's more to that story. Put a 2 in the chat if you think there's more to that story. Albert has been in a coma more than once. And he is flatlined more than once. He kept going to the authorities. He went to the FBI. But you know what? If Diddy is an informant and they were protecting him, Grand Rising, Gemini. See, there's more to that story. A deadbeat father is a deadbeat father. He's not just a deadbeat to one child and then great to all his other kids. Me and Pete Rock last December, sitting on the phone, crying together about our friend. And trust me, it's terrifying for Pete. Because Pete grew up Mount Vernon. Him and Albie Shore best friends since high school. Also, isn't Albie Shore the last original? Yeah, the only person left from Uptown Records that knows where all the bodies are buried. Heavy D's death needs to be investigated. Andre Harrell's death needs to be investigated. Kim Porter's death needs to be investigated. Yes! And so does Chris Lighty and Shaquan. They know. The coroner is gone. Yeah, Shakir Stewart. Tupac. Brittany Murphy. They all need to be reopened. Kathy White. What I found interesting is that when Brittany Murphy's dad did the investigation and got a second opinion on her autopsy, they found heavy metals in her system. They found heavy metals in Albie Shore's system.
So he detoxed.
They found heavy metals in a lot of people's systems. That lithium that deteriorates the human mind. Of course, people want to put truth tellers on lithium so they can scramble their brains and they can't tell anybody anything. It's what they tried to do to me. Anne Heche. I'm still detoxing. When my waistline becomes extremely over-exaggerated, it's because of the toxins that are pushing their way out of my system. Yeah, mercury poisoning. It was done to me while they had me in jail. When I woke up that day and my cellmate looked at me and said that my face was swollen and I couldn't feel it, I was experiencing paralysis and I couldn't move my arm and my leg was going numb, I stopped taking the meds because I remember what my friend Albert Brown had told me about some of the symptoms he experienced. Exactly what really did happen to John Amos. He's been dead for months. Justice for Bobby Christina. And for Nick Gordon, for that matter. Yeah, they did that to Justin when he had the face paralysis. Yeah. I had a mini stroke after my detox started. See, that's why they want me back in jail. That's why they want me back in the hospital. Because that's what they do in hospitals. That's what they do. Of course, Diddy is paranoid about being poisoned in jail. As many people as he's had poisoned, including me. Yeah, the Bell's palsy. Yeah. Ray J is a fool, is what he is. And he should really stop using me for clout. Fame does come with a price. God's glory is free. Yeah, they might let the Menendez brothers out. Ugh. He a diddy do I bop. Sign all the petitions. Stop supporting these people. Because I promise you, every dollar that you spend helping them will only hurt another woman, man, or child. My next interview on Real Life, it's gonna be a doozy. Yeah, Rich Homie Quan. Oh, babe, that's what I was trying to tell you.
You want the graveyard?
No. Well, we definitely have to get back to the
We'll get
graveyard.
back to that as soon as we get the rest of the Legina go.
We got to finish that up.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
But when Stephen Baldwin was talking about introducing his daughter to Justin Bieber, he said he got the hookup through Scooter Braun. Isn't Scooter Braun the guy that they arrested with Diddy?
Yeah.
Who was doing the drug trafficking? In it?
I don't know. I gotta check.
Does anybody remember the guy? Wasn't that his name? Scooter Braun?
No, Scooter Braun's someone else. I don't think that's him. Scooter Braun's an agent or publisher, something. Talent manager. He's something. He's not that guy. That guy arrested.
So they just got a bunch of guys named Scooter?
There's a whole bunch of scooters and skeeters in Puffy's camp.
Huh. There's too much. Oh, wait a minute. Scooter found Bieber originally.
Yeah, on YouTube. That's what that is. In fact, the OG I was talking to.
And that's the one who got him to Usher, and then Usher signed him, and then Usher took Bieber to the Flavor Fuck Off. Somebody said that was funny, Odell.
No, the OG I was talking to last night. He used to bodyguard for Bieber.
Yeah.
Funny they were talking about that.
And they had Corey Gamble. It's just the way they set it up, like they took that young man and they encrouched him in the middle of a pit of demons. Scooter Braun also dropped down in the industry. He's missing too. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Him and Evan Rogers, the guy that allegedly, was supposed to be the one that was responsible for finding Rihanna and bringing Rihanna. I shouldn't say allegedly because it was him. Can't nobody seem to find him either. Corey Gamble wasn't just no bodyguard. He was Justin Bieber's tour manager. He was in control of all those tour dollars.
What's it about bodyguard? What are you talking about?
Yeah, no. Yeah, them 3 a.m. meetings. They could be all down there on Epstein Island. Ain't no satellite coverage down there. Corey Gamble is a lot more than a pimp. And honestly, calling Corey Gamble a pimp is an insult to real pimps. Because he ain't nothing but a homo thug henchman. All the Kardashians are going to be exposed. Kathy Hilton can't wait. She can't wait to sit Chris down so she can become Grand Witch of Beverly Hills again. She can't wait. Especially after the way they jacked they swag with all that sex tape nonsense. Yes, Usher did, and he needs to be charged. Thank you, Luna. But last thing, and then I'm out of here. For everyone out there that's doing disinformation, for everyone out there that's promoting the devil's agenda, for everyone out there that's making fun of victims, for everyone out there that's trying to discredit people like me who are standing up for what's right, you remember this. God is watching. Trust me. Y'all ain't gonna get away with nothing. Yeah, there's a lot of black artists getting thrown under the bus, and guess what? They deserve it. They deserve it. Because they should have spoke up first. See, can't nobody throw you under the bus when you fess up. Can't nobody throw you under the bus. Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes, that ain't nothing but Diddy and Usher all over again. All these girls marrying all these gay men, pretending they ain't gay they damn selves. It's a mess. God is watching us all. And when it comes to God, he rewards you accurately. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for being there. We'll see what happens with Rodney. I mean, the truth is I wouldn't put Rodney in any of this. He really is just a studio rat. He really don't have any interaction with anyone. He don't really hang with nobody. Like, Rodney was just head down, focus on the music. Head down, focus on the music. Head down, focus on the music. That was Rodney. Yeah, marriage does come from God. I love you all. For all 149 people that like, thank you. For those of you who haven't gotten a chance to, feel free to do so on your way out the door. Replay gang, I want to thank y'all in advance for being here. And welcome back to Jaguar Country. This is the Jaguar Wright effect. Y'all keep me going. Y'all remind me why I can't stop. Why I won't stop. The Soul Squad is growing. We love you all. We thank you. And don't forget, get over there to the website, thejaguarwright.com. Don't forget about the podcast, Jaguar Wright Uncensored. New content. I'll be coming back to Canada soon. I have to go see my nephew. Shout out to K Riz. Yes, hashtag cruelty-free artistry. And we will be talking to the guys about making sure that the international audiences can purchase as well. Oh, I'm coming to London. I got to come see my friends and my family. God bless you all. I love you. And you take care of yourselves. And you remember, the goons and the goblins and the devil, all of that is real. Make sure you don't let him in. He can be you need to get a hoodie.
Yeah, it's on the website, your website.
You can get the hoodie on my website, on thejaguarwright.com. But those t-shirts are exclusive over in real life. But you can definitely go and get you a cruelty-free sweatshirt or sweater over at thejaguarwright.com. Love you guys. Take God with you. And when you see the devil, call him out. The reason why he gets away with as much as he does is because people don't believe he's real. But he is. Acknowledge him like you would acknowledge cancer. And do the same thing with him that you would do with cancer. Cut it out. You got any last words, babe?
He's guilty.
He's guilty. And that's that. And shout out to that scripture, Ephesians 5:11. Call them out. Peace. It's always good to see you guys. Shout out to Pierce Morgan. One more again. Thank you for taking a chance on the truth.